This is Duke University.
Nelson Mandela was a global icon who had an incredible humility. And one of the interesting things I remember about my experience is that when I presented my credentials to Mandela as the United States ambassador, he invited my wife and I to have tea with him afterwards. And we were sitting there, both of us thinking, how do we approach asking Mr. Mandela to take a picture with us? Just about the time we kind of look at each other thinking that this was the time to raise the question, he looked at me and he said, would the American ambassador do me the honor of taking a picture with me? And I got to see the inside of the man in very special ways. When he came into the hotel, the first thing he did was to go and shake hands with the people who were preparing the food and the ushers in the hotel, even before he came in and met the dignitaries. And that's a good measure of the man. Now, I talk about his humility, but he also had a regal bearing, a special kind of dignity, that of the tribal chief, as well as this humility in dealing with people. It was a sort of natural personality trait. I've seen politicians who seem to do that well, but for many of them, it was a learned behavior rather than a natural response. He had a disarming charm. I had many people come in, and they were going to go in and see Mr. Mandela and tell him how things are going to be. And they would come out very subdued and even seduced by the Mandela personality. His number one legacy would have to do with forgiveness and reconciliation. He demonstrated the potential for forgiveness that is a part of our human nature at a time in which many people did not believe this was possible. There are a number of moments that stand out in my memory. One of those would be the signing of the Constitution in Sharpeville, South Africa. Sharpeville had been the place where in 1960 a number of people were murdered and shot down in a demonstration. And in the anti-apartheid movement, which I was involved in most of my adult life, we always said, remember Sharpeville. But here I was sitting down, listening to Mr. Mandela talk about forgiveness for those people, and I had to sort of say to myself, if he can forgive, who am I not to forgive?
Produced by Duke University. Online at duke.edu.